What is diabetes? Diabetes is a condition where the amount of glucose in the blood is too high because the body can't produce insulin, doesn't produce enough, or where the insulin doesn't work properly. Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas that helps the body to use glucose in the blood to give energy. It acts as the key that unlocks the body's cells to let glucose in, which is then converted to energy. Glucose comes from the digestion of starchy foods, fruit, some dairy products, sugar and other sweet foods, and from the liver, which produces glucose. Types of diabetes. There are two main types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes can develop at any age, but occurs most frequently in children and adolescents. When you have type 1 diabetes, your body produces very little or no insulin, which means that you need daily insulin injections to maintain blood glucose levels under control. Type 2 diabetes is more common in adults and accounts for around 90% of all diabetes cases. When you have type 2 diabetes, your body does not make good use of the insulin that it produces. The cornerstone of type 2 diabetes treatment is healthy lifestyle, including increased physical activity and healthy diet. However, over time most people with type 2 diabetes will require oral drugs and/or insulin to keep their blood glucose levels under control. Gestational diabetes, GDM, is a type of diabetes that consists of high blood glucose during pregnancy and is associated with complications to both mother and child. GDM usually disappears after pregnancy, but women affected and their children are at increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Symptoms. Detecting symptoms. In people with type 1 diabetes, the signs and symptoms will usually be very obvious, developing quickly, usually over a few weeks. The symptoms are relieved once the diabetes is treated. In people with type 2 diabetes, the signs and symptoms may not be obvious or even non-existent. The condition develops slowly over a period of time. People can have type 2 diabetes for over 10 years prior to diagnosis, and at least half have signs of diabetes complications at diagnosis. The common symptoms of diabetes are passing urine more often, especially at night, increased thirst, extreme tiredness, genital itching or regular episodes of thrush, wounds and cuts that take a long time to heal, blurred vision, losing weight without trying. If a person presents with these symptoms, then they should be tested for diabetes immediately. Risk factors. Type 1 diabetes. No one is quite sure why insulin producing cells in the pancreas of people with type 1 diabetes become destroyed. The most likely cause is due to an autoimmune response. This may be triggered by a viral or other infection. Risk factors for type 2 diabetes. There are certain risk factors that increase the chance of a person developing type 2 diabetes. Some risk factors are non-modifiable, while others are modifiable and can be acted upon to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. The following risk factors are fairly straightforward to establish from a person. Age. The risk of developing type 2 diabetes increases with age. This is particularly true for those over the age of 40. However, it can appear at an earlier age in people from a Black African, African Caribbean or South Asian background, generally 10 years earlier than people from white background. Family history. A person is at increased risk of type 2 diabetes if they have a close family member, parent or sibling, with diabetes. Though the genetic aspects of type 2 diabetes are complex, on average people with diabetes in the family are 2 to 6 times more likely to have diabetes than those without diabetes in the family. Ethnicity. Research suggests that people from South Asian and Black communities are 2 to 4 times more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than those from Caucasian backgrounds. Weight. Not all people with diabetes are overweight, but being overweight or obese increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. It is the most potent risk factor for type 2 diabetes. Waist circumference. An increased waist circumference is associated with an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Risk is increased in women who have a waist measurement over 80 centimeters (31.5 inches). Men who have a waist measurement over 94 centimeters (37 inches) or over 90 centimeters (35 inches) for South Asian men. Other risk factors of type 2 diabetes include the following. High blood pressure, history of heart attack or stroke. If a person has ever had high blood pressure, a heart attack or a stroke, then they are at increased risk of type 2 diabetes. Pregnancy and polycystic ovary syndrome. Women are at increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes if they have had polycystic ovary syndrome. Gestational diabetes. A baby weighing over 4.5 kilograms, 10 pounds. Other conditions. People are also at increased risk of type 2 diabetes if They have been diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar illness, or depression, or are receiving treatment with an antipsychotic medication. They have impaired glucose regulation or prediabetes. Diagnostic symptoms. The following blood tests can be used to diagnose diabetes. A hemoglobin A1C (HbA1c) test is an average blood glucose levels over 2 to 3 months. A result of greater than 48 mmol per mole, 6.5%, suggests diabetes diagnosis. A random venous blood glucose concentration greater than 11.1 mmol L. An oral glucose tolerance test (OGTT) involves a fasting test in another 2 hours after drinking a sugary drink containing 75 grams of glucose. A plasma glucose concentration greater than 11.1 mmol L 2 hours after the glucose drink indicates diabetes. A fasting plasma glucose concentration greater than 7.0 mmol L, whole blood greater than 6.1 mmol L. In the absence of clinical symptoms, diagnosis should not be based on a single blood glucose test. A confirmation test on a different day is essential. The diagnosis of diabetes is a life-changing event for most people. This is why it is important to get the results right. A person with symptoms. If a person presents symptoms associated with diabetes, then they should be tested right away. For an urgent situation, a finger capillary glucose test should be done, and a venous blood sample should be sent to the lab. If type 2 diabetes is suspected and the situation is non-urgent, then an HbA1c test can be used. A person without symptoms. If a person does not have symptoms related to diabetes but has increased risk, then they should be regularly screened. A person of high risk should be offered an HbA1c test. Those of intermediate risk or low risk should be given lifestyle advice on how to minimize their risk factors. Children presenting symptoms of diabetes. The vast majority of children with diabetes will have type 1 diabetes. Due to sedentary lifestyles, we are witnessing a significant increase in childhood obesity and hence type 2 diabetes in this cohort of the population. Symptoms. The most common symptoms of type 1 diabetes in children and young people are frequent urination, bedwetting in a previously dry child, excessive thirst, excessive tiredness, weight loss. Symptoms. Children and young people may not display all these symptoms at the same time. For children under the age of 2, these symptoms may not be immediately obvious and the child may appear to be unwell with less specific symptoms. Testing. Capillary blood glucose testing should be performed immediately on a child presenting any symptom of type 1 diabetes. Complications. Long-term complications of diabetes develop gradually. The longer you have diabetes and the less controlled your blood sugar, the higher the risk of complications. Eventually, diabetes complications may be disabling or even life-threatening. Possible complications include cardiovascular disease. Diabetes dramatically increases the risk of various cardiovascular problems, including coronary artery disease with chest pain, angina, heart attack, stroke, and narrowing of arteries, atherosclerosis. If you have diabetes, you're more likely to have heart disease or stroke. Nerve damage, neuropathy. Excess sugar can injure the walls of the tiny blood vessels, capillaries, that nourish your nerves, especially in your legs. This can cause tingling, numbness, burning, or pain that usually begins at the tips of the toes or fingers and gradually spreads upward. Left untreated, you could lose all sense of feeling in the affected limbs. Damage to the nerves related to digestion can cause problems with nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or constipation. For men, it may lead to erectile dysfunction. Kidney damage, nephropathy. The kidneys contain millions of tiny blood vessel clusters, glomeruli, that filter waste from your blood. Diabetes can damage this delicate filtering system. Severe damage can lead to kidney failure or irreversible end-stage kidney disease, which may require dialysis or a kidney transplant. Eye damage, retinopathy. Diabetes can damage the blood vessels of the retina, diabetic retinopathy, potentially leading to blindness. Diabetes also increases the risk of other serious vision conditions, such as cataracts and glaucoma. Foot damage. Nerve damage in the feet or poor blood flow to